Good afternoon, everyone. This is Miss Beth Ann, and welcome to OptArt Complementary Colors. As you can see, this kind of looks like an optical illusion, and the way I did it is we are using complementary colors. So we have orange and blue, and then we have yellow and purple. Now what that means is if you have your color wheel, you know you have your primary colors. You have yellow, red, and blue and yellow make green. As you know, yellow and red make orange, and blue and red make purple. So the colors that are complementary are the ones that are directly across. So yellow and purple, green and red, and blue and orange. Now, you may have a nice fancy pack of markers at home so you can get even more distinct in color. And you can do something like this color wheel, which is why I put it in your packet, because maybe you have all these colors in your markers. I don't know, but I just sent you pretty generic colors today in the packet. So what we're going to do is we need a piece of paper and a ruler to figure out the middle of your paper. Now, if you do not have a ruler, you're just going to have to eye your picture as best you can. And then we have, we have some markers and some pencils and colored pencils. So we're going to begin by finding the middle of your page. And that simply means, so on mine, my beginning of my ruler starts here. It does not start at the end. So you do want to make sure you have that. I always stress that when I show rulers. Here's my beginning right here, but some people, their beginning is here. Okay? So it's going to be 9 inches, and half of 9 is 4.5, so 4.5. So we're just going to put a little dot right there. And then you're just going to go over here, and it's 7, so half of 7 is 3.5. So we're going to need to do, so 3.5 is here, right here. So the middle of our picture is, see how I lined them up? So the middle of our picture is right there. So it's even from this way, and that's what we were doing with this one, and now we're doing it even from here to here. So that's how I got my middle one. Now, you're going to be drawing 6 lines. All right, so we're going to start at the end, and we're always going to go right through that middle dot. All right? Are your lines going to be perfect? Probably not, but that's okay. All right, 1, 2. Hopefully you can see that okay. 3. 4. 5. And 6. Now if your lines, like I said before, if your lines aren't perfect, that's okay. If maybe some are bigger on some side and some are smaller, that's okay. So this is what we're going to do. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make happy faces. So we're just going to start off and make a happy face. So we're going to make one here, and we're just going to go every other one with a happy face. See how I skipped the space? I'm going to move this a little bit closer so maybe you can see a little better if you haven't been able to see yet. Okay, so I'm going to skip a space, and I'm going to make another one. See how it smiles, a happy face? I'm going to skip. I'm going to make another one. I'm going to skip a space, make another one. And I'm going to skip a space and make another one. Okay. Now, I'm at the beginning where I started making my first happy face, and I'm going to just make a few spaces up here. So now I'm going to make some more happy faces. Okay. And I'm going to skip again, and I'm going to make more happy faces. And more. And I'm going to continue to do this all the way to the end of that space. So if it's hard to see, I'm going to put up a little closer so you can see. And then I'm going to continue this pattern to the end here. Remember, every time you make that line, you have to turn your page so you can make another one. So you have one line, two lines, and now you're up here. So try to make them about even if you can. From once you skip, go to the next one. Again, you're going to skip and go to the next one. All right. It's going to look kind of like a spider web, I guess. Now we're back to the beginning line again, and we're going to do the same thing. And remember, I try to make it this up closer, so I'm going to try to make this line start about the same space as this one. I'm going to skip it and go to this one. And always making a happy face. Is it going to be perfect? No, and that's okay. Art doesn't have to be perfect. And you really can't mess up. It's just going to look a little bit different than mine. And that's okay too. Now we're back to the beginning again. Now as you can see, we're getting toward the end, but I have enough to make one more happy face here. And obviously do not here, so I'm just going to skip it. I don't need to make it. And I might have room to make, maybe. I can kind of pretend, so see that? I didn't do the whole thing across, I just kind of pretend like I was making one. Even if it didn't go in the air, even if it went to the air, I didn't finish it. I just kind of pretended. This one, maybe I can make a little bit at the end, up here. I don't need one here. And this one, maybe I can make a little bit at the end. See that? Okay, now that I have my happy faces, now I'm going to color. So I'm going to choose one of my colors. And I think I'm going to choose, I'll choose blue first. And I'm going to color in the lines that I just drew. So go up. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera. Now I'm going to skip a space again, and I'm going to go to the next one I made. And then I'm going to color that in, and I'm going to skip this space, and I'm going to do the next one. Okay, I'm going to do this one. And a lot of times too, what I will do so I don't make a mess on the table. A lot of times I'll just take maybe a piece of scratch paper. This one I'll just use the back of one of my pictures here. And I just take a piece of scratch paper so that way if I go beyond the lines I won't color on my table. And you can do that too. Okay. No, I'm not going to sit and do this whole thing while you're watching, but it will speed it up ahead a little bit here. But now, this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to continue using the same pattern like I did before, and we're just going to skip it and then color the next one. As you can see now, I finished the pattern. So I did every other. I always skipped a space, skipped a space and colored, skipped a space and colored, and did that all around what we had just made. So it looks pretty cool. But now we're gonna give it that optical illusion look. So first of all, we're gonna go back to using our pencil, and we're going to make sad faces. So we're gonna start wherever spot we want, and we're gonna make it sad. So wherever the blue, we're gonna connect, and it's gonna be sad. Always connect though where the blues, from the blue to the blue, or from whatever color you used. And you're always going to make sad faces. So sad. Before we made happy faces, and now we're going to make sad faces. And keep turning it. Kind of imagine going here, and if we don't have any, we just turn. Keep going up if you want, or go all the way around. That's up to you. Never pretend it's here. Even if you have to go off the board, it's always good to pretend. Look at, so we can do this. Nothing else there. As you can see, we've gone all the way around. And now we're going to go with our complementary color. This one kind of goes, so I could probably do right here. We're going to go with our complementary color, whatever's in your kit, and we're going to use that. So my complementary color, oh, I did skip one right here, I see it. My complementary color for blue is orange. And now I'm going to start coloring right here, and we're going to continue to leave this space white. I'm going to color here, leave this space white. And I see another one I missed too, and this is kind of go around, you can see where you missed. Like that, okay. All right. So now I'm going to color again. Okay. Then we'll color this space, and we're going to skip this space, and then we're going to color here. I will definitely color the whole thing in. I just kind of give you an idea of what we're doing. So I just keep shifting. It's just easier when I turn it because it just helps me do it. Okay, now I'm going to color all those spots in. Whoops. I meant to skip that. Sorry guys. That was a mistake on my part. I lost track of my marker there. And that's okay. You can see we all make mistakes. But I should be able to fix it when I get to that part. Okay. So I'm going to continue to color this whole thing in. And then I will show you what we'll do next. Okay. Now I finished it out. So now this is what gives it that optical illusion. Look, we're going to be taking our colored pencils, we're going to be shadowing, and that's what gives it that extra pop there. So we're going to take, so this is orange, so we're going to just take this and just kind of shadow on the edges. We're going to take the lines and shadow. So it's going to kind of darker by the lines and then lighter. Okay, and then make it lighter. And then we're going to take the next one and we're going to make it lighter. Remember, stay inside your orange area. Alright. Do the orange by the line and make it a little darker and then lighter as I go inward. Remember, stay within the color though. So orange, 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 orange. Okay, stay within your color. Okay, again, use your lines and start dark on the line and then just go inward. See, I always start dark on the line and then get lighter. Dark, and then lighter, and then towards the middle. And then I'm going to finish it out in the orange, and then I'm going to go to the blue. As you can tell, I finished doing, on the lines, I finished doing all the shading. And in that shading, again, if you don't feel the shading is dark enough, you want to add a little more shade to it, you can. But as you can see, it looks like an optical illusion. How some of the lines are going like this, and some are kind of like a wave. So I hope you had fun today. And like I said, if you make a little mistake, or you think it's a mistake, it's okay, because look what I did. I just made it, shadowed it in. It's okay. Make your shadow lines darker. Remember, always start dark at the lines and then get lighter towards the middle. I hope you had fun today. Again, you have 2 sheets of paper so that you can make 2 different optical illusions with using different colors. And like I said, if you have a lot more thin markers you can use, remember, complementary colors go across. So this one goes across, and the complementary color of this would be this one. This one would be this one. And you can just kind of do it like that, and that's your complementary colors. Or you can use the one we had before, which is just a simple yellow, purple, orange, blue, orange, red, green, or you could do more complementaries of these colors, but I didn't have all those colors, so that's okay. You can do whatever you have. I hope you had fun today in Opt Art, and I hope you learned something. Bye-bye, until next time.